Frozen 3 is on the horizon, and what better way to celebrate and get prepared than take a journey back to the first one that started it all. The first Frozen is packed with Easter eggs and references to other Disney movies. And just like me, I'm sure you missed some of them the first few times you watched it. So can we spot them all? Hello internet, my name is The Hero, and today I have been rewatching and pausing Frozen to uncover all the amazing little details that you might have missed. First, when Grandpappy tells Elsa that there is beauty in her magic, the imagery foreshadows her restoring Arendelle to Summer at the end of the movie. And when I first seen this scene, I literally thought it was the end of Arendelle. But boy was I wrong, because it just foreshadows her saving the day. It's kind of crazy how movies just tell you the ending without you even noticing. During the song First Time in Forever, the chocolate Anna stuffs in her face is a nod to the candy in the Sugar Rush game in Wreck-It Ralph. Now, some people have been judging and saying that this might not be it over the years, but to me, it looks like candy. It's in a Disney movie. It's made by Disney Animation. It's a reference. The Hero knows Disney way too well for it to not be. Don't come at me, because I will find you. During that same sequence, the painting Anna mimics during the First Time in Forever is based on The Swing by Jean Honnier Fragnier. I think that sounded pretty good. I was just gonna say. But it was recreated by Disney animator Lisa Keene, who actually completed it while working on Tangled. And just looking at the amount of detail that goes into this scene, it's kind of crazy that they were able to mimic almost every painting ever. Props to the animators. And as we all know, this next one, it came up with multiple theories, and I feel like if you don't know this one at this time, we're here for you. We got you. You could actually spot Rapunzel and Flynn Rider from Tangled entering the gates for Elsa's coronation. And this one was so crazy. I love every conspiracy theory that came out of this. I have so many theories myself that you probably have seen in my short content. I love that they included them in this movie. Just a little snippet for all the Disney fans and all of us. Then during the party of Anna's coronation, the Duke of Weselton's dance moves actually mimic the chicken dance from Arrested Development. Now, me personally, I have never seen this movie, but comparing the two scenes, they do look exactly the same. And that isn't the only Arrested Development Easter egg, apparently, as well as when they do the whole "we finished each other's sandwiches" in the song. That's also a reference to a scene in Arrested Development right here.
More like me. It's like we finish each other's
sandwiches.
Finish each other's
Sandwiches.
But this next Easter egg is actually one that I didn't spot and still have not seen until my last rewatch. And I've seen this movie at least 10 times. Yeah, sometimes the hero's eyes just miss things, okay? Don't judge me. But during the song "Do You Want to Build a Snowman," when like everyone's focused on the song, you can actually spot a Mickey Mouse toy on the bookshelf when Anna is looking at the grandfather clock. And this one, literally, once you see it, you won't unsee it, because it literally like goes right in your face. Like, you can just see it every time now, and I'm so mad at myself. But like, who's actually paying attention to the background stuff when you're watching the movie, right? Let's be honest. Even if our kids are watching this 1,000 times a day. But that isn't the only time we see Mickey Mouse show up in this movie. I know, right? You're probably like, I didn't even see him the first time. Well, there's a second time. When Anna visits Oaken's trading post, you can also see there's a Mickey Mouse toy on the bottom shelf as she's like grabbing supplies. Again, such a tiny little detail that we all probably missed, and I love it. I love it. I love that we missed it. I love that we've seen it now, right? It's so cool to watch movies for years and then find something and you're just like, oh my God. Also, just a little tiny details that went over my head multiple times as well. So you know how there's trolls in this movie, right? They raised Kristoff. Well, one of the coolest things is I didn't know that Oaken also knows about the trolls, because he has little carvings of trolls outside of his little trading post, as well as he has tiny trolls on his desk inside that he carved. This man has seen trolls in his life. It's kind of crazy that he's kind of too silent about it. He'd be one of those people, you know, I would think in real life that sees aliens and they tell everyone because like that's their whole life. If I seen trolls, I would be telling everyone, hey guys, there's trolls out there. This next Easter egg is pretty interesting, and it's one of those that could be like very far out, you know, but to me, I think it's interesting. When you see the scene of Anna and Elsa playing as kids, above the giant doors in the Great Hall, you can actually see an A, which I'm assuming stands for Arendelle, which I think that's really cool. Just a little detail that makes the setting just a little more beautiful. Now, this next one, shield your eyes, kids, because you're going to see some buttocks. this. During Olaf's song In Summer, the Sandcastle and Seagull recreate the iconic Cobertone sunscreen girl and dog from so many years ago. It's kind of insane that they mimic this. I thought this was a neat little Easter egg, something that flew over my head, and maybe it's because it's older than me, probably older than half of us that have seen this movie, but I thought that was pretty interesting. Also, during this dance sequence, Olaf dances with the seagulls, which is also a homage to Bert's dance with the penguins and Mary Poppins. Now, this one didn't fly over my head, but maybe it flew over yours, you know, bird joke. Stop me right now. But also the ice cubes in Olaf's drink and the clouds during this sequence are arranged to actually look like Olaf, which kind of makes sense because, like, you know, little details to just show that this is like his dream world of what summer's like, and it still revolves around him because he doesn't know any better. But talking about snowmen in this movie, we also got a big baddie himself, Marshmallow, who's actually just as soft as a marshmallow, not mean at all. But did you know that Marshmallow is actually a reference to the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man made famous in Ghostbusters? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He is named Marshmallow not because of his soft inside, but because he's based off a character that already exists in pop culture. Super interesting, though. I mean, look how cute he is. Can you blame them? But talking about references to other movies, this next one is kind of a stretch, but I can kind of see it at the same time. During Elsa's coronation, you can also spot a bunch of guests coming in. We have Rapunzel and Flynn Rider. We might even have a Cinderella somewhere. I don't know, but I've also seen this character right here that looks like Tiana, Princess Tiana from Princess and the Frog. Again, could be a stretch. I don't know. Could be Disney fans just being absolutely crazy. To me, I'm going to take it as maybe a possibility. Maybe. But that also throws a possibility of this being a reference to Peter Pan. When Anna and Hans are dancing in the moonlight and they go behind the big tent and you see the silhouettes of dancing, that could be a reference to Peter Pan from back in the day because they did almost the exact same thing. And that just makes my Disney heart happy. But another thing during the coronation scene that I actually missed for so long because, again, the little details that just squeeze past your eyeballs is a picture in Arendelle's castle is the same from Fred's house in Big Hero 6. It's like a picture of Viking ships. I never noticed that for so long. Who would notice that? Let's be honest. But it is an interesting detail that, you know, we know that Disney uses their backgrounds sometimes again, but just something as microscopic as a little picture, I don't know. Sometimes we all know that Disney does details and Pixar does details on purpose. I think this was on purpose, and there's got to be a connection somewhere, and I'm going to have a theory years down the line about it. I know I'm going to. And talking about those little fine little details that Disney likes to put in, I bet you didn't know this one, because again, who focuses in on this? If you look closely during any of the scenes, in particular with the Ice Castle and Elsa, you can see that Elsa's hair tie is actually a very tiny snowflake. How cute is that? That is amazing. I would have never noticed this ever. It's the little tiny details they put in costuming and designing of characters is why I love Disney so much. But then there's a dark path of Disney, and we all know those exist in every movie ever. But here's a detail you probably didn't know that is very dark. When Elsa is sentenced to death by Hans, you can see that the wind knocks over the White Queen chess piece, a nod to Elsa seemingly being defeated. Off with her head. No, seriously, this detail I'd never seen in my entire life. It was so crazy when I had to rewatch it and see the wind actually blow off that and see what the significance of it was. And now that we've all seen Frozen 2, I mean, that was Samantha, right? Now, I bet this next detail is something that you literally would have never thought of until now, because something that I literally had to process in my own head, that literally makes so much sense. It could be my mind just going all over the place, but I think it makes sense to me. So we'll see if it makes sense to you. After Anna freezes, she's so cold that anything she touches immediately shatters, like Han's sword. We see it happen. Han's sword breaks, right? So I'm assuming nothing's going to be able to break her, right? But during this moment, Elsa goes from being the only person who can't touch Anna to the only person who can. And that makes my heart sing, bro. That is so touching. It literally touching. My gosh, enough with the puns, the hero. But seriously, that is so touching. Like that she was the only one that could actually touch her to save her. Oh, sisterly love, man. That's what these revolve around. And then finally, there's a little Easter egg at the end of the movie, at the end of the credits, which, let's be honest, how many of us stayed through the end credits? Not unless it's a Marvel movie, right? Well, if you stayed till the end of this one, at the very end of the credits, there there's a hilarious disclaimer that says Disney doesn't necessarily agree with Kristoff's comment that all men eat their own boogers. It's been confirmed. Disney does not stand with Kristoff. I do remember the scene, but it's so funny that there's the little details that they like to add. Literally in the credits, who's gonna stay and watch the whole credits? No one, but here's a little Easter egg to allow you to stay through the credits to see it. So next time you watch Frozen, stay till the end of the movie so you can see this little Easter egg. And there we have it, some of the Easter eggs that I found while pausing Frozen. If there was more, let me know in the comments below. I'm sure there's some I missed. Maybe I'll do a part 2 if you guys enjoyed it. And check out this video right here, because if you like things you missed, I'm sure you have missed some of the things in this video. And until the next video, bye-bye.